how common is if we had 10, 25-year-old men, how many of them would list a 40-year-old woman as their preference?
And we're back. Welcome to Uncommon Sense. It's your boy X.
Mitch?
Ocho.
And we're back live and direct like we never left. Seeing. So, Madam, how's life been up until now?
Shit's been all right.
Everything good. Everything moving forward. Moving blessed. Positive direction.
Or I feel that. Yourself?
Same, can't really complain, you know. Summer's been all right. The weather's been good. Been outside.
How have you guys been maintaining, I feel like, you know, your mental health, your overall wellness, physical health? Y'all been active? Y'all, any growth, any improvement, anything going on?
Yeah,
What's going on? Tell me about it.
been on the gym. Been on the gym wave. Just try to stay active.
How many times a week you in the gym?
Probably like 2 or 3 times. I try to
Active.
be in there 2 or 3 times because other than that, it's rest day, eating. You know what I'm saying? Just try to find something to do. Like going by the pool. I mean, the gym I go to is like a vacation, so it's like, you know, I'm trying to be outside doing as much as I can. What y'all saying?
I've been kickboxing. I've been training for most of my hiatus. I've been in the gym too. I've been kickboxing, doing that, keeping real busy. Up until recently, actually, I got into an injury, 2 weeks ago?
Oh, shit.
Completely put me out of commission. Heal y'all injuries.
Shit, I've been a lot less active. I
Go
was
close.
playing soccer before, but shit, kind of fucked up my leg and like a few months ago, so I just been grinding easy. I don't know, just chilling.
Question, cuz, you still doing your juicing?
Yes, I am right now. I'm doing juice, and follow the page if you want some more recipes. Yeah,
Don't kill
absolutely.
me.
You like that one?
I do like that one. So what's up, though? What's the new recipes? What you got?
Fuck. Recently, I've been rocking with, I'm not even gonna lie to people, I've been rocking with primarily the watermelon juice. You know what I mean? I've been just blending up the whole watermelon. I haven't even been using my juicer. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's been popping up on my Facebook page.
Should be, bro. That means it's working. It means it's
feel
working.
you.
You know what I mean? But no, maximum levels of hydration, bro. I go through phases. You know what I mean, last phase I was drinking all the beets. I was drinking beet combination with carrot and ginger, all type of thing like that. This season is just watermelon, and it's really hydrating in the sun. You know what I mean, especially for the summer season.
Yeah.
Get yourself some watermelon juice. You'll be all right.
Mitch, you still playing soccer?
Nah, legs mash ups.
So what? When did you go on retirement? What are you doing?
Like, it's just been a few months now. I tried to do some physio, but like I wasn't consistent with it. It was one of those ones. So I think I have to like take more
Okay.
time off and then do the physiotherapy for like probably at least a couple of months. My legs kind of fucked up.
Okay.
But since then, I've just been chilling. So.
Okay.
You guys see Larsa Pippin and Michael Jordan's son?
Yeah, she wild for that.
That's wild. Were they getting married now?
Yeah, I think so. They're officially
That's
getting married,
crazy.
and there's a 16-year age difference.
That's wild still.
I'm allowed. I don't even know what to say because it's like Pippin can't catch a W. Like,
Yo,
She's
it's
just having
wild.
a bad
like, you
time
know what I'm
right now,
saying?
you
Like,
know?
he can't catch a
It
W.
just seems like she's doing this shit intentionally just to piss this guy off.
It seems like that, but then
That's
how come?
sad.
But what about when the son and her are flaunting their love like it's a real thing? And oh my God, everyone's so happy for me. And if it
Yeah, but
works,
that's
It's
like-
not the first time people have faked a relationship for
Yeah.
publicity.
so you think
know?
his son? You think the son is trying to bun out the pops like
I
that?
don't know what his intentions are. Maybe he likes this woman, but I feel like she's probably on like a yo, fuck this guy. Like, I'm gonna make him feel it. Like I'm gonna make Michael Jordan's son, her like.
So you think
Scottie
she's
Pippen.
so she's trying to bun
like,
out her old man, her Scotty.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
Cause it's like the hell.
Like, why
such
else you
an
care?
age gap, and it just doesn't seem sustainable.
Hollywood's wild.
Hollywood is wild. I know it is. It's
You know what I'm
what I
saying?
also
Like
thought
that's
about?
that's all I can really say. Cause like to be honest, it's like we're tripping, but that's nothing out of the norm. Like that's a normal thing for them over there. Like we're looking at it like, yo, that's fucked up, but it's like they're not really making a big deal of it like how we would, you know?
I think it'd be even different too if the genders were reversed. Let's say if it was like the younger person in the relationship.
Oh yeah,
was
he's
you
a
know, was
pedophile.
Crazy, yeah, because
Well,
it'd be
nah,
like
my man's an adult, right?
I know,
Yeah,
but it
but
would
like
just,
kids.
it's
Oh, the
just, it just
perception?
flip the script, flip the
The
script, flip the
perception,
script.
yeah, like I feel like beer people would say, "Yo, this guy's too old. Like he's preying on her."
Well, yeah, I
But
would assume the whole praying thing on it, right? Because you've been around, you've been watching this person since however long.
I
It's
don't
like
know-
almost
I don't
like-
know
she
if they
kind of
grew up
did like
together.
if you're looking at it like technically like she kind of was around when he was a kid. Like 16-year age gap is like, you know, like she was a big woman when he was a kid.
Yeah.
So, you know, so it's kind of just, it does look fucked up. But again, like we live in two different worlds. You know, over there that's kind of accepted. Over here, it's like we're looking at it like that's just foul. They're not. I don't think they're seeing like the foul shit.
So do you think it's impossible for their love to be genuine?
I wouldn't say impossible, but it's improbable.
Oh, okay, I like
It's
that.
unlikely.
It's unlikely on whose behalf? Who do you think is being bamboozled? Cause, like, or what do you think? You think it's just one big off facade for everything?
Well, I mean,
Like-
what do they both do? One is Scottie Pippen's wife, and the other one is Michael Jordan's son. Other than that, what do they do?
I'm sure. I think Michael Jordan's son has a variety of businesses, or like he owns shops, things of that nature. But don't get me wrong, like you're living off your name. You're
So would it be
Michael Jordan's
better?
son.
So would it be a business
I would
move?
assume more so he's probably into her, if anything. If
But like,
there's
would it
any
be a
legitimate-
business move
For who?
for both? Because
What
they
does she have
must.
going on?
I think they're
Well,
both.
they have a podcast. I guess they're starting businesses and stuff in that nature. But like, I don't know if it's a strategic business. Like I said, I don't know the depths of their love. I just know that it's not been
I
approved.
don't know. I just feel like, she's in the circle. She knows these people, and then she's just like, I don't fuck with my ex-husband.
But
so
I
I'm
definitely
just
think
gonna
she
deal
coulda
with
went
Michael
somewhere
Jordan's
else, though.
son. Like, I feel
definitely-
like it's just like, fuck you. Like that's her intention,
She definitely could have went to like.
And she
Bro,
probably
there's
just throwing
bare
some
people
ass at
outside.
him,
That's
and
who
he's
she
just
went
like,
to.
"Alright."
You know what I'm saying? It's
Nah,
like
I
she
feel-
could have went anywhere. She chose to be with this
That's what I'm
guy.
saying. It just seems like she's trying to like upset this guy, like her ex-husband.
Yeah, I just personally like cool. That's their love, but like I look at it like that's some foul ass shit, and she could have like done something else. But it's like you love who you love, right? So that's
Yeah. I guess. You think age plays a factor? Do you think? I don't know. Fuck it. Would you date someone with a 16-year age difference? Can you ever put yourself in that kind of scenario?
shit.
And
she
I was
probably-
supposed, I don't even. Sorry, let me even like specify, double down on that. I'm talking in the scenario where you're the younger patron. Can you date a woman 16 years older than you?
So technically, she would be probably around in her 50s at this point if that was capping right now.
Yeah.
Like,
It's happening right now.
And like, I don't. That's. I don't know. I don't think I can do that. 15, like 15 is like you 50. Like you shouldn't even. I don't even think at 50 she wants to be with me.
You don't think she takes you seriously?
Probably not.
Word. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, probably not. Like, I don't know what we have in common at that age.
I agree with that shit. Like,
what do we have in common?
we're just too far apart.
Yeah.
Both are affiliated to.
Like,
good
she's a
big names.
grandmother at this point.
Ooh, 50. Yeah.
Like, I'm not dissing, but she's a grandmother. I'm thinking, like, she's going to want a man. I think at that age, they want a man their age.
They want different.
I don't
things.
know.
Too far
Maybe
apart.
it's like.
Unless she's still like an older woman getting a BBL. Like, then she'll look for then she might be looking for the younger crowd if she's trying to, like, do all the enhancements to make herself look younger. But other than that, it's like I'm thinking she's looking for somebody in her age
I
group.
think on a level when you have enough resource and like of a certain age, I don't know if you're looking for someone your age necessarily. Like even when you see like rich, successful men, they're always looking for younger pieces, like or younger girls. You know what I mean?
Women always like
think
older
it's kinda-
guys though. Like
Yeah,
for it
but
to
I
be
think
in
it's
the reverse is
stability, right?
uncommon.
I think up until a certain point, right? So I think women who like have a certain level or a certain status, I don't know if they're looking to older guys. They may not require the same needs as someone who needs to be protected or like provided for as someone who's looking for an older guy. You get
But
what I'm
the older
saying?
thing is not like just money. Like it's mindset. Like as you get older, you're more mature. Like you want different things, So I feel like that's why like girls they like older guys because like I don't know. I guess young niggas are.
You know what? My mind was in the gutter. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm over here thinking like, because I also heard that women's sexual prime is later in life, and so sometimes when it's like, if you're with maybe they want to have the most sex ever, and they just want a young nigga or a young boy to keep it up. You know what I mean? Like I was thinking in the gutter. What else you really want a young boy for?
No, I feel you. Like,
Yeah.
this nigga's
if
like
that's okay. If you see like an older woman going for like a cougar type shit,
Well, that's what it
that's
would
the
be.
assumption. Like, yeah, she's probably trying to get dealt with. You know,
trying
but
to
you
get
also,
manas.
but wait, that
But,
works
like-
for mandem too, right?
but
That's
we're
what
talking,
what I
like-
was saying
Yeah.
initially.
like a real relationship. Like she wants to be with this man and marry him. I don't think she's gonna marry him based on like if he's gonna break her back. Like I don't know.
But cuz you don't look at it like it's kind of like the same thing. Like she might fetishize about a young boy the same way as the young boy is fetishizing about I want to get with this older woman just cuz.
How much young niggas you think are like?
There's
"Yo,
a
I
lot
want
out
an
there,
older
bro.
Piece.
There's a lot.
I think a lot of niggas out there would be
There's a
sugar
lot.
babies given the opportunity.
There's
I
a
don't even know
lot.
if that's the
Like,
terminology
these-
for
these
it.
young niggas
You
be
added
wild.
sauce to it saying sugar baby. Now there's a financial incentive.
Sorry, but this
I'm
might be-
talking about you just said down in the gutter, which means lustful thinking.
Alright.
How much man's, it's like, say you're like 25. How much 25-year-old men are talking about, yo, I need a 40-year-old right now.
Yo, I know.
I don't honestly,
think that's like,
I don't know. I think it's
I don't
it's,
think
it's,
that's
it's,
hitting the same as like a 40-year-old man's like, yeah, I want a 25-year-old woman.
I don't know, man.
I think
Like, yo,
it's different.
I do think there is that demographic of people, fam. If you even look on like,
I know they exist. How common is if we had 10 25-year-old men, how many of them would list a 40-year-old woman as their preference? Like maybe one experience, like you got a bad older piece, you know what I'm saying? Like a one-off, okay. But do you think like on a regular basis, 25-year-old men are going outside like, yo, I want me a 40-year-old woman?
I think it depends what that 25-year-old person
I'm
is
talking
looking
about
for.
what average, not just one guy.
Yeah,
If
but
you
the
had 10 of them, if you had 100 of them, how many of them you think is like, yo, I want a 40-year-old woman?
But you gotta look, if that older woman is cooking, cleaning, and she ain't giving you no headache, they might be like, you know,
She has all of it. She has all of the most amazing features.
oh, yo, that's
how
what I'm
many
saying. The sugar-
25-year-old
yo, fam, I'm
guys
telling
do
you,
think?
no,
She-
hold on,
then
hold
she-
on.
No,
then she-
sugar baby's a different thing, fam. We're talking about sex, bro. Like, sugar baby means, yo, she's paying you.
But
so
yo-
she might not even be that attractive to you, but you'll accept the funds. That's different. I'm talking because you
you holding
said
yourself out.
that this is an older. I'm just putting it in the
Okay, no,
reverse
go ahead,
of what
nigga,
you
yeah,
said.
go ahead, go
Like
ahead.
with an older woman wanting a younger man, like that, like she might be on a lustful tip. You know what I mean? Like she just wants like a younger
I
guy
think,
for
but
sexual
like,
reasons.
I also presented the.
I just
like,
don't think that
she's an
many young
established
guys
older woman.
look
She's
at
fine.
like a 40-year-old woman in the same
But
fashion.
no, but
is what
like,
I was
so
saying.
I can't take out the variable, dude. I said an established older woman. So like financially, she's well off. She's in her prime. She's like, she doesn't need nobody for nothing. Now she just wants companionship and some dick if she needs it. You get what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
how I'm looking at it. And so in that situation, when a woman is like financially well off and shit, and a man, generally speaking, not a lot of 25-year-old men have their lives completely put together. You get what I'm saying? A lot of men would look at the 40-year-old, all right, average to good looking piece or woman. Sorry, wow. I mean, so like, you know, wow. As an opportunity, dude. A lot of people are. I do think there's a larger demographic than we would probably like. I don't know.
I guess, yeah, if there's a financial incentive,
I think
yeah.
more
But
times
I
it
was
is.
just talking based on physical attraction because
I don't think no.
that's
but,
what you were describing that the woman wanted from the man. The older
yes,
woman,
that's what
wants
she
the man
requires
for
because she
physical
doesn't require
reasons.
nothing else.
Like I just don't think most young guys want a 40-year-old woman.
I know a
for
lot of guys
lustful
that wouldn't.
reasons.
I swear to.
But if she's gonna add some money on top of it, like she's gonna take care of this guy, let her drive her whip, give him somewhere to stay, buy him, give him some
Isn't that
money
what
to
a
buy
girl's gonna
some
do?
weed.
Isn't that what
then,
she's gonna do
okay,
if she
like,
likes
yeah,
you?
he might like that. You know what I mean? But like,
Is that not what she would do if she likes you and she wants to bring you around and make you feel good and all type of thing, bro? She knows she's older than you. It's like it's weird. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't want to say grooming, but yo, fam, she's making you the man she wants you to be.
yeah, if it's under those circumstances, yeah, I just think like on physical attraction, like most 25-year-old men.
No,
are
but
not.
I think.
But
yeah.
like, yo, do you feel like it's just like, is that like your, like, is that what you
No,
stand
that's-
on? Like, are you just like,
That's not just my opinion. I would just say like me. Like
What about the
if-
niggas with mom
You
complexes?
know, but I'm talking about in general from my observations and
Yeah.
conversations with like people around my age. I'm 30, and so even going from my age down to 25, I just don't think most young guys are like, yo, I want like a 40-year-old woman. That's who
I
I'm
feel-
looking to have a relationship with and have kids with and whatever the case
Yeah, I
may
guess
be.
in terms of
if it's an exceptional circumstance where she's gonna like take care of him financially, well then that's different. Then he might be more open to that. But
Well, like, okay, so yo, in the if the situation were reversed, where you have a 25-year-old woman and a 40 and like, well, the age was 40, right? 40-year-old man. Wouldn't I swear the financial thing would kind of
that's
be like
probably
already
a big
expected.
incentive for her.
That's what I was gonna say. It's kind of already implied,
Yeah.
like a 40-year-old man's gonna take
It's
care
implied,
of a 25-year-old
yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, all right, well, flip the script on the basis of just gender. Does it seem weird?
Does it seem weird?
Like, I don't know. I don't know if weird is the right terminology, but like,
Is
Like-
it sustainable? Is it realistic? Like what you mean?
yeah, I guess realistic. I guess or practical,
like it's not practical.
right? So
I think that's an exceptional circumstance. Like
So given
most
these
men are not
exceptional
looking to
circumstances,
get like
would you?
taken care of
I
financially
don't
by a
think so.
woman, and most women is not trying to take care of a man financially. It will be like a small amount of women that even fit that category. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
So given these
So-
exceptional circumstances, would you partake?
Depends how she looks, because I'm not like
Bro, she's like a 7.5, but her pocket.
she's good looking.
She's a good looking
okay, so
woman.
we'll just base it
I'm
off of, but no, hold
I'm
on,
involved. What do you
hold
mean?
up. We're gonna base it off of Larsa Pippin.
Okay.
know
But
what
I'm not gonna
How
marry
would
this
it-
woman though, if that's
Because-
what you mean.
Well,
Like,
she wants a real relationship with you.
No, I'm gonna like take advantage of the opportunity temporarily.
Yes.
Like that's what are we talking about right now? Like you think I want to start a family with a 40-year-old woman? Like what are you on? No.
Ooh.
That's you.
That's not even a disrespect. That's just like,
was it.
let's keep it real. Like, first of all, I don't have kids. Like, you are going to have more difficulty having children than a younger woman. Why am I putting you through those challenges? Why are we doing that?
Right. All right.
So you're saying you're looking out for her.
No, I'm looking out for me too. But it's mutually beneficial. It's mutually beneficial because, like, you probably can't give me what I want.
I
If you
feel you,
could,
I feel you.
like, you would put your body through an amount of stress. And then also, if I'm keeping it real, like, I'm just not going to be as attracted to, like, I'm a visual person, bro. So, like,
Okay.
you are going more in this direction, even if you're an attractive woman. Like, in 5 years, you're not going to be looking like a 25-year-old. I'm looking like a 30-year-old. You know,
I feel
like
you.
it could happen where you meet them and like your connection's so sick that like you overlook physical things. It's possible. It's not probable though.
But that's because you like physical.
Yeah, and I think most men probably feel the same
Well,
way.
I'd say
in their
men are
preferences.
definitely we love with our eyes definitely
Yeah,
to a certain
yeah.
extent. Whereas I'm not gonna say women don't, but I think it's less of a factor. Like women have been commonly more understood to sacrifice some visual.
Like an ugly man has a better time finding a date than an ugly woman. Because if he could get some money,
Because he's spending
or
bread.
hit the gym,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He can increase like what makes him important. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're an unattractive woman, like that's tough still.
It's really tough. The world
Like, I
is just
feel like
harsher to
you just have less options at your disposal. But most women are not unattractive.
Yeah.
You know,
I
they're at
remember
least
beauty's
average looking. Somebody finds you pretty, you know? But if you're like across the board, like you're just hard to look at, like, yo, that's rough. I'm not gonna lie to
Being
you.
a
Like,
being an unattractive guy is rough though. That's like
but
it's,
you
it's,
can,
it's,
because women are not as visual as men, I feel like you could find other ways. You could be funny. You know what I'm saying? You could be confident.
word.
You
But
could
then
just
you-
be
but
like
then I
a
feel you
guy
just get
like
put into-
everybody looks to. Like, yo, this guy's in charge of shit. You're a guy. You know what I mean?
It's all fun and games to until
girl,
you get put
though,
in
like,
friend
you know-
zone. Until you get put in friend zone and it's like, oh shit. Like,
No, I'm not saying that because like you do these things that you're guaranteed access to women, but you can increase your chances to like get with a woman if you have other characteristics. Like, yo, you get bread, you're assertive. You know what I'm saying? You dress nice. Like, you can do other things because women aren't as focused on how you look. Like, there's
Yeah.
some men that are like, yo, this
they're
guy's
more
too
on
pretty.
like what
Like,
you
get him
do,
out of
what
here.
you can do.
Yeah, they're like, this guy's a
Yeah.
pretty boy. Move. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Or they'll
They
take
don't
a
want
man
that
with some
headache.
scars and like he done been
Yeah,
through some
yeah,
shit. They'll
yeah.
accept it. You don't want no scarred up woman. Like, you don't want that.
Oh, it's a
You
fact.
don't. We're not built the same. You know what I'm saying? So
It's a little less feminine
she
than
comes
what
in
I'm
looking rugged
saying,
and robust. Like, yo, I'm
little-
good with my hands. I don't care. Like, I don't want that.
Oh,
Like,
that's crazy.
you gonna arm wrestle? Like, what are we gonna do? Like,
Brought
you know
her
what I
own
mean?
grabber
So,
too. It don't sleep.
Dope. You know where she's from.
like, nah.
Yo,
so
cuz
it's
you gotta
different.
chill. You gotta. Nah, this nigga thinks he's slick with
This
that.
guy's
That's
arms,
super
bro.
mad. That's mad. Anyways, hold on. I was about to. So yo, fuck. I want to phrase my next question properly. It's not even a question. It's like a lead into. Do you think that it's? Hold on. Is it possible to still be dominant as a man in a relationship with a woman when the age is so vastly different?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. That was all I wanted to know. What do you think? You think with a 15-year age difference, you could still be like the dominant one in the relationship?
It's
I
less
mean,
likely, but
you
it's
got to
possible.
establish that before you get into the relationship if she respects you, right? Because it's like, if she didn't respect you, I don't think this is gonna work at all. Like, there's always gonna be respect. I think at that age, there's respect and there's insecurities.
Respect. Well, I think at any age, there's
Yeah,
respect and
I would agree.
insecurities.
But like, but
So,
it's
like,
different.
elaborate.
But at the 15-year age gap, it's like, you know, yeah, you're pretty for your age, but they're pretty for my age.
Right.
So it's like the insecurities kick in. So if she respects you, and you guys respect each other, then I think you can, you know, put down some type of authority and be the man, more manly in the relationship, if that's what you're trying to say.
Word. Okay.
Like, I think there is that's definitely you can do that. It's just like certain things have to be like understood before you go any further.
Word. I feel that.
I don't think there's no age requirement on leadership. Like, nigga, if you know what the fuck you're doing, you know what you're talking about, people are gonna follow you, you know. But it's just usually when you're younger, you're less established, so you're less able to even
Navigate.
talk like that and move like that because you are unsure and you're ignorant.
But I'm
and
also pretty sure if she
you're
went for you,
less
she saw the vision.
It's out of potential.
Yeah, like I'm looking at it, like if she went for you, she saw the vision because she has options too because she's in a certain tax
But to
bracket,
be honest,
you know?
there's women that's in relationships with niggas that's not very dominant. There's other
for
factors
sure.
that
How
attracted
many?
her.
You don't know anybody where the woman is the head of the household?
It's not ideal, but it happens. You know what I
Such
mean?
a family. I swear that's a thing. That's
So
like a family model.
I wouldn't say that just because this woman
That's
is
like
with
what
this man
happy
that she
wife,
inherently
happy
respects
life?
him. It
Some
don't
shit
work
like that. On
you
a
know?
level, right?
Like happy wife, happy life. Like but that's like
But I'm saying like, bro, we didn't all witness some man with a woman and it's like, bro, she doesn't rate this guy, but she's still with him. She hasn't left.
yeah.
So just because she's with him doesn't mean that that means she respects him.
But that's kind of goes into like a toxic relationship then. You know what I mean?
A lot of
Because it's
people
like
are dysfunctional.
A lot of people. Are
that,
dysfunctional.
yeah,
I'd say
like
more
that
relationships are probably toxic than untoxic.
leading into toxic relationship.
It's
And then
like
it's like,
toxic's like a popular word on Instagram.
then
Your
they're
ass
just
is
dysfunctional. They're dysfunctional.
Toxic is
can
like
that work?
like, yo, we're making it sound pretty. No, you are fucked up as an individual.
You're
You know how to
dysfunctional.
communicate all
We're gonna have
types
to
of
say
shit.
that. Like we're
Yeah.
done
There's a
And
lot
with
of people
you know-
that are operating like that.
I don't think the the glorification of
Foolishness.
dysfunctionality, I guess that's the word, is not good. I don't think when like you shouldn't be proud that you're allowed to handle.
That's such a weird thing, man. Like, how you think that's sexy? That's crazy. Like,
I meant
like you really said that like you did. It's like you like when like, I see a lot of girls like talk like that.
No, it's a real
It's
thing.
like, okay,
Time just gotta let them talk.
a lie. Like,
Like
Yeah,
so you just told me
So,
you're
okay,
difficult to get along with.
Go
Noted. Noted.
go on.
Continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. All right. Well,
That's crazy.
I was gonna say, yo, do you think? Okay, you're 30. Everyone's like around the same age. Have you seen? Is marriage common in this generation, or do you see a lot of people like in your age demographic getting married right now?
I mean, I know. So for me personally, like I know like two of my homies, they're married, and then I actually just came from a wedding last week. So I guess like maybe it's just that I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. I just know the
No,
people.
I just
that I'm
asking
around.
your demographic and waiting like.
So I can say the people I'm around is like they've gotten married.
marriage is common around you. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Is that
Like-
something you would do? Are you a marriage kind of a person? I don't know if I've asked you that before.
Yeah, you did. I said I'm not opposed to it.
Okay, word. Are you? Has your stance on these things changed till now or no?
No, I'm still not opposed to
All
it.
right, cool. Just wondering.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you see people getting married in your demographic, your circle of world?
Depends who you're around.
I don't know who you're around.
Keep it real, niggas are not getting married.
That's
Just
what
keep
I was
it a
asking.
buck, like no.
All right, cool.
But I have other friends that's not like like from other races and shit. I'll keep it real. I got some like Arab friends, like
I said people.
so on and so forth. Like they're more so like at our age group. Yes, they're getting married, but like niggas, no.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's curious. Yeah, like similar stance, right? I've seen a lot of people in my demographic. Actually, a surprising amount. I see more people in my generation get married than like the generation prior to me. And this is like I didn't come from a marriage, right? And so I guess like what I was around, I didn't see it a lot. I seen a lot of common law, seen a lot of that kind of thing. Surprisingly enough, a lot of the individuals, like I've been in so many weddings, right? Surprise.
I just know I've been around like
And I guess it does factor into like the cultural aspect of it, right?
Yeah, because like who's getting married?
a lot of my I've been in like
some
how
people
many Brown
didn't even
weddings?
get married. They just got
Exactly.
eloped. They just went to somewhere, did something private.
like,
and
I
got
respect
it
that
done.
too. If you
know
guys
what
are
I
gonna
mean?
commit, lock it in, I
I don't
respect that
mind
too.
that. I don't mind that because at that point it's like cool. Sometimes it's like we can do the big fancy wedding, or do we want to spend this bread on like the vacation and the honeymoon stuff?
Right.
Like I would rather do that stuff if I was to like if my girl is okay with like if going down to the hall and signing papers, and then we spend whatever we would have spent on the wedding on like an actual fun time for us, then I'm cool with that. I would rather that than a wedding.
Oh, okay. So what, you think weddings just a waste of money?
You don't want the wedding if you got married.
No
You
celebration?
just straight to the honeymoon, like fuck
I mean,
everybody
shit,
else.
we go. I'm getting to the best part. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm
nigga.
skipping the other
I
stuff.
feel like the
for
wedding's
sake.
lit.
I feel like the-
Yo, the
Bro,
wedding
if
is-
I get married, you better fucking believe we're
Yeah,
having
but
a
the
wedding.
wedding's lit when you have your people at the wedding.
Well, who else you gonna have?
Who else? Yeah,
Because some people don't want the big wedding. Some people
you don't have to have
don't
a
have
big
a big
wedding.
wedding.
You dictate the size of the wedding.
happens?
It
Your
could be
wedding.
Some
10
people don't
people.
want any people. They just want to like. I'm just telling
You
you.
sound like one of them people that don't want any people.
You
No,
just said
but
it.
this is what but also it's like I spoke about this with a girl, so it's like
Yeah.
I spoke about like would you want a wedding or would you want like just go down somewhere and sign papers, and she's like, oh, I'd rather just go sign papers.
You know
and
what's
make it
funny?
easier.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like she lied.
She's
I
lying.
feel like she lied, bro. I feel like deep
A
down,
woman,
fam,
bro? No
women
way.
all want to get married.
She's gonna
on
just
a-
marry you on paper and nobody's seen it. No
Nah,
dress,
fam,
no
no
pictures.
Nah, people are gonna
no
see
Instagram
it,
watch the
fam.
Fam, you
people,
gotta
Bridget.
go out to eat and just beer snaps.
Come
you
on.
talking about we got married and there's
I'm
no
telling
footage?
hey,
first,
so
bro.
all I
Crazy.
can do is take somebody's word for it. If that's what they're telling me, that's what they're telling me. I'm not gonna question. That's what you're telling me.
I know, but
Like,
you gotta
bro.
know. You gotta know when people are lying. to you,
Imagine
though.
No,
that
I hear
advice?
you. I hear you.
Yo, you just take hold to that one. If you're gonna marry that fam, wedding, bro.
But
Don't
listen.
listen to her, bro, because she's gonna be mad 10 years later talking about we didn't even have a wedding.
Yeah, man.
And you can't even undo that because you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like,
But
it's
you,
just-
man, said you
I'm
said
just
it.
saying, that was
You
a
shouldn't have said it.
conversation. That was a conversation.
They say a lot of things, bro.
It's true.
Been
It's
up to
true.
them.
Because obviously when I hear that, I'm just like, okay. You know what I mean? Because that's just like my natural thing to be like, okay, like you're lying. Like, you know, when girls say no, it means yes.
Bro, I had a
like,
girl
you know,
tell me she don't care about Valentine's Day. Then
She
be
lied.
disappointed
Yeah.
when nothing happened on Valentine's Day.
100%. 100%.
You're right. When you showed up with.
Yo,
with
bro, I
what
just
she
showed up for
asked.
myself, bro, and she was disappointed.
That's not even good
you
enough.
Feel me?
That's not good enough.
But
Yeah.
according to what she said, it was. So you see what I'm saying?
You're
They just
right.
be saying
Niggas
stuff,
gotta always
bro.
be on their P's
so
and
you
Q's
just got,
out here.
I'd be like, yeah, okay, we're gonna have
No
a wedding.
wedding.
You know,
Store it
like,
in
yeah.
the store it in
Alright.
here and take note that like, okay, yeah.
Just know you gotta invite the man them. If you're
100%.
inviting people.
If it ever be done.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to play "Step in the Name of Love" at my wedding, bro. I don't care what the controversy is, fam. It's happening. We're not getting married unless it gets played. Feel me?
That's crazy.
Everybody
wedding
remains
song.
seated, like it's done. Like,
Hey, man.
controversial
Mitch
wedding
is,
songs.
Mitch, might,
I
Mitch,
don't
is
business.
Mitch is open to getting married.
His leg will work by then.
As long as you playing Step in the Name of Love,
Shit.
Mitch is stepping.
you know what's crazy? I'm not even that focused on it. I just know like that's what you play at a wedding.
Your leg might be better than your
That's
leg
how
might be
you
better
do
by
it,
then,
you know?
bro. Your leg might be better by
Yeah,
then.
absolutely. His leg
What? Yeah.
yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Oh, you want to I meant to ask you earlier. I don't know if I got to it. Did you see what happened to Fresh and Fit? I think it happened like yesterday.
I only seen a little clip on Instagram earlier, but apparently they got demonetized and they might get the page shut down. But like, yeah, and I seen Myron was like about to cry on camera and then he had to remove himself.
I don't even know too much on the situation.
That's all I see. You asked me,
like-
because that's what I see
Nah,
on
it
Instagram.
was
That was
crazy.
the
The
whole
man,
clip.
you know what it was? Fam? It was like the man cried on camera, had to remove
I
himself.
said he almost, and
Oh,
then he
almost,
had to
oh.
remove
That
himself.
sounds crazy. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
That was the entirety of the clip. He said,
I mean,
"Yo,
if
they're
you
taking away our change."
if you done,
Were you a
Bare
fan of their
bullshit.
content? Any of you?
Fans are strong word.
Okay, sorry. Did you?
but
view their content?
I
Did you
watch
consume
this
it?
shit sometimes. Yeah,
Right. Well,
Sure.
how about yourself?
sometimes it's like, to be honest, it was a lot of the same shit.
That what for you?
Like,
What do you mean? Elaborate
like
a
in the
little bit.
sense of like the type of stuff he's asking the women. If I had to see it, like it's just
it's
a lot
the
of,
same conversation.
yeah, it was the
every
same.
Episode.
It's like okay, cool. Like
yeah.
you want to bring women on and get their opinion, cool. But you're bringing on a certain type of woman. You're not bringing on no woman, an intelligent woman. That's a whole different story. That might have changed the whole way you talk to women, because you're bringing on women who don't really have. They only have like the Instagram mindset. They're not really. Them go getting is having an OnlyFans. Like
that's
so, it's
crazy.
like that's a whole different ball game than a girl who went to school
I
and
seen
started.
like a 1-2 that wasn't like OnlyFans.
No,
Would
but
just
that's
be
what.
like
But that's
some-
what I'm saying.
So he's
It's
talking.
like,
I think he's talking about
any-
in reference to the clips that like go viral, right?
for the
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
why
yeah.
they're in the situation that they're in. Because
Yeah,
you
well,
think-
they definitely get some like women that say outrageous things that just make it easy to argue with them, and then you
yeah,
get
and
your
it's like,
little
yo, you
viral
basically like
moment.
if you're bringing on women that are like less knowledgeable than you, and you know this. So it's like, are you taking advantage of the situation, or are you trying to bring awareness to who, like, what they do? Like, I don't understand
So
what
do you
you're trying
feel
to do.
that's
What's the
not-
purpose? What was the purpose of it? Because if you're gonna shit on them, then
But I wouldn't say like everybody like they, okay. Granted, they get like the OnlyFans things and strippers. They get women that are like sex workers and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you have like some next girls that's like they're just trying to further their following on Instagram. So I would say at least like a portion of their guests, like they're.
but then
like,
you should
they're on some
balance it out
bullshit.
with like some
But then
of the
I feel like they do.
entrepreneurs.
Plus, also like how can you filter like all the girls that come?
They do. They check. They G-check and filter everything. There's a whole scanning process for who they have on and a vetting process.
But not everyone that they bring on is like a
Good
sex
good
worker
amount
or
of
No,
them.
no, no. But they're not necessarily whores or sex workers. Sorry, guys. Instagram models and people with some kind of following or notoriety.
OnlyFans, all those type of.
Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, well, mostly though, like all this stems from all these OnlyFans and all their content stems from like Instagram. They get their followings and they get their fans and their following, and then they transcribe that to OnlyFans. So eventually, they just end up there whores.
Yeah.
But like, it's Instagram, so it's Instagram
I
models.
feel like an amount of it is like mutually beneficial because like if these people have a following too, they'll get some of
Yeah, you get to put on.
those eyes, and then those women will get views from them from Fresh and Fit. So
Like, I'm
they
sure
kinda,
there's
like,
been clips or
There's an
whatever.
amount where they benefit each other, you know. So
Right.
that's
I'm
probably
sure
why.
they do. It's just the subject matter.
No, so okay, back to what I was saying. Do you feel so even in relation to that, do you feel like their content or what they're putting out or promoting or what you're seeing going viral is harmful and like negative towards women or derogatory?
I think you could you can always reword things. You know what I mean? Like there's you don't need to like. I get it. You want to make your point cool, but it becomes to the point where you can make your point neatly and then degrading.
Do you feel like their content was harmful or degrading?
Some
This is a
not
personal opinion. No real deep
harmful
dive.
in the sense of like, it's not harmful to me. I think it's more harmful to the girls.
Well,
that,
yeah, no, but,
I
like,
think
it
it's more
doesn't need to
harmful for
harm
the
you to
girls
be
that he's
deemed as
speaking to
harmful.
or the girls that are following those girls. It's more like it's
So why
like
do you think
harmful.
that?
It's like harmful in awareness, but again, it only if you bringing on the same type of girls, then it's like it starts to look different in the public eye. It starts to look like you're just taking advantage of like these type of girls. Obviously, granted, they didn't have to come on the show,
Right.
but you can switch it up a bit. Like you can switch it up. You didn't have to like
But what
always
about
make them
I'm
look
sure, like,
stupid.
they have had intelligent women on the show, and
Yeah,
people
that's
who
what I was saying.
right,
Like,
gonna
I've
say,
seen
but
ones
it
where
may
like,
not those
they
clips.
asked the guy, I'm like, what do you do for a living type shit. So I'm not gonna say I've seen every episode, but I've seen ones where it's like, yo, the girl be like, I'm a lawyer. I work at an office somewhere. Like,
So
it'll
do
be
you
some
feel like-
regular,
The thing is,
like,
I know,
you
but
know?
I understand like how the internet, how people work to a certain extent, and like those clips with the intelligent women or the, let's say, less outrageous or less like sexually out there women, they don't go as viral.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
go as viral.
So
They don't bring as
do
much
you
views.
feel like their platform getting demonetized, is that fair to them if they actually bring awareness to both sides?
Bring awareness. What do you mean
Like,
bring awareness to both
okay,
sides? What does that mean?
see how like okay they'll
just
have the
elaborate on what you
OnlyFans
mean.
and they'll have like the girls who are lawyers, but the women who are lawyers don't get no airtime.
Right. I didn't say they don't know.
It's
You
not
can't say
airtime.
Not
It's
like
just
not
the
no, that,
viewers
but it's like
choose
But
the
people-
viewers,
what they
okay.
want to watch.
Okay, so
That has
they're
And
nothing
they
not
to do
getting
choose
with
to
they're
watch
not
the
getting the same
videos where they
amount
got
of
them get
views.
kicked out or say wild shit.
Yeah,
That's
people like
what
the
they
drama
watch
ratchet
more.
shit. People like that.
But that, like, as like the like, if we make some videos and some wild shit happens, we don't get to choose like, oh, they only watch the wild shit and not the ones where we might be talking about some more, I don't know, progressive topics. You know what I mean? Like,
So do you think what
we
happened
can't
to them
choose
is
that.
fair? If
It's fair for their platform. I
you
don't
know what I mean? Like if they're
See,
if they're
fair-
your guys are putting up a good argument for them. So it's like is it fair to say like that's unfair what happened to them if they're actually doing both? You
The
know?
thing is, I would have to actually see and read or understand firsthand why YouTube demonetized them, like what the overt official reason would be.
Did they actually say
but
that?
hold on,
Did they
hold
say
on.
what
No,
it
that-
was?
Wasn't your original question though? Like, do you think it's harmful
Yes,
or do
that
you
was
think
what
it's
I'm saying.
beneficial? So like, before we get like too
So, yeah,
mixed
you're right.
up,
Okay,
like,
so
what is your position on the question?
I think it's I'm saying that because it's like, yo, I'm a guy and I understand where he's coming from, speaking on a guy's point of view. So it's like it's beneficial from my point, from what he's saying. I think it's the what he's saying or how he says it may be harmful to the audience. It's not, because we live in a time where it's like, the audience may be a little more, how would I say it, like softer. Like they don't it's not the same. It's like cartoons in our generation compared to now, it's different. Like they wouldn't show certain stuff in our generation now, or in my generation now, because it's too vulgar.
Right.
It's too in your face. So when something is like in your face, or it feels like if I feel like you're like making me feel uncomfortable, this is a problem now, even though it could maybe fact.
What about you? What do you feel? What's your stance?
I don't think it's harmful. I don't know if it's beneficial. That's a strong word.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm
harmful?
stuck in between.
I wouldn't say harmful though. Like, I wouldn't say, yo, bad things will happen if people watch this content.
No,
That's what I would describe as harmful.
Right. And I also think that
It's not harmful, no.
they do offer, like, there's more to their content than just what you see go viral, like the most viral. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
A lot
they
of
have
things.
so much
beneficial content for each.
Sometimes they just interview random, like not random, but like some successful person in whatever industry. You know what I'm saying? And that's without any other women at all.
Right.
So they do have other content, but
For different
obviously
audiences,
the most
obviously.
This is the
popular
one that's getting the
stuff-
most
Right.
attention.
Well, that's like
the
the
ones
dumpster
with the
fire that
women,
kind of
right?
people can't stop looking at.
Yeah.
Right? So when you see some shit that's like, oh my God, it's edgy and it's this, or it's like, it looks like women are being bashed. But like, you have to also take it within the context. We're seeing usually on the internet space 30 seconds of a fucking hour-long take.
But I
You
also
really don't-
think, and it's like, sorry to interrupt you, but I also think like the women who choose to be there know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. They want the clout. They want the
So
want
Yeah,
the
like-
I
exposure.
do.
So I
as
can't
much-
really, like
even though
that.
they'll get like a lawyer or whatever the case may be, I do question some of the women that even want to go on the show. Because like, why do you even want to go on the show? Like,
They just want to sit pretty and look good on there.
Yeah.
True.
So
what I'm
like,
saying?
what is
It's
your
for the gram, right?
It's all for exposure, right? We live in remember, attention is currency, and if you can get attention on someone else's platform, that's like getting free money or free currency for them. Especially if they're transgressing that attention into their OnlyFans or some kind of outlet where they can get a subscriber. For sure, 100%.
Okay.
Right. What about the World Cup? You guys watching that right now? That was also very trending in the world of today. The Women's World Cup.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really watch women. I don't really watch like soccer, so it's like I'm not really. I can't say I'm up to date on that.
You're
Y'all
not
gonna
up.
have to fill me in.
My fault. Well, this is our soccer expertise. I'm not gonna hold
y'all
you.
gonna have to fill me in.
Nah, I haven't been watching it.
Why you ain't been watching, bro? You're the soccer guy, bro. Why you ain't been watching that?
That's why I threw that. I threw that.
So, yeah, I
threw that.
watch soccer, but like if I'm keeping it a buck, like women's soccer is just not as entertaining as men's soccer. Like, shit, I'm from Toronto. I'll go to a Toronto FC game because I like going to the stadium and shit like that. But I don't really watch MLS. It's not the same quality as if I'm watching soccer in England or Spain or Italy. You know what I mean? That's better. And even the MLS is better than the women's soccer. So it's like if I don't check for MLS that much, pretty unlikely I'm gonna watch women's soccer. You know, it's just,
I feel that.
It's not the same.
So do you do you feel that way about all women's sports?
No,
In
but
comparison to their male
most
counterparts?
women's sports, but not all. Like combat sports is a little bit more entertaining.
Oh yeah, I watch women's
Like
UFC. That's hard.
you know,
That's hard.
UFC, you got like Amanda Nunes and shit. Like
I also think it's
I
yo,
like watching her fight because like I don't know, I think she's skillful. It's still entertaining, and even though I would still say the men are more entertaining, it's not like a huge drop off. I can still watch this and enjoy it. When I watch women's soccer, bro,
Yo, no, don't look at me like
yo,
like-
but do you feel like they advertise
it's like
it
we
the
went
same?
from here to here, bro. Let's stop playing with me. Like I'm
But
not
yo,
watching
do you
it.
feel like they advertise it the same? Is
Like-
that because it's like yo, like we're obviously gonna watch what's advertised,
But I
I don't
think
feel
on a
like they
level-
put
No,
it in.
no. They're gonna advertise what's watched.
See, that's what I was gonna allude
That's
to.
what you got it
That's what I was
backwards.
gonna allude to. I was gonna say if that generated
Entertainment
money,
sports
they would-
is a product, bro. If niggas aren't buying it, we're not selling it.
So that
The
goes,
numbers
so that,
on men's football, I call it football, but like men's soccer,
Yeah.
is way bigger than the women's.
Okay, but I say that to say this. It's like that's why I can say I haven't watched it. That's why you can say you haven't watched it because it's not really.
No, I'm aware that it's there.
I know, but it's like, but it's not. But is it popping up in your face?
I know that it's on.
Nah, you didn't know what was happening. This nigga did.
Okay,
I
but
know.
it's like it's not popping up on my algorithm. So you know what I'm saying? Like I can't say.
Well,
like,
you're also not a soccer fan. I am, so I watched.
I might be
on
now
my
because I'm
Instagram
around you.
alone. It's just a lot of. I watch boxing. I watch soccer, so
Mm.
I see a lot of that content between my YouTube
Mm-hmm.
or my Instagram. I choose not to watch that shit. Like,
feel
and
you.
it's not even a disrespect to the women. I'm not trying to be a hater.
Right.
But like I said, there's other men's soccer I don't watch. If you're not at the top, why am I wasting my time when there's better niggas performing right now? Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, if you want to see the actual sport being played and performed to its highest ability or the highest form it can be, then I understand where he's coming from. And
Yeah.
like quite frankly, I was actually surprised at this. I wasn't surprised, but like I was caught off guard with the UFC one, right? Where like women's fighting or women's combat
I
sport, that
watched
is
the
entertaining.
women's
Yo, that
fighting.
is entertaining.
I watched the
right?
women's fighting.
'Cause I was
Yo,
gonna
the
watch
people
that.
choose what they want, and people show up for the female UFC fights, bro,
So you
because
feel
they're
so? Do
entertaining.
you think the women's fighting is bigger than the women's soccer?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Bro, watch this.
But
I just
see,
said
but,
Amanda
like-
Nunes, right?
Yeah.
They also have
I don't know, though.
Rose
See what I'm saying? 'Cause
Namajunas.
this is
it's
the
fucked up
women's.
because-
This is
okay,
the
you know
women's
got,
World Cup.
The World Cup is
Ronda
still a big
Rousey.
thing.
I
Yes.
can name multiple female fighters. Clarissa Shields, she's a fucking undisputed female champion. I don't remember what weight class, but she's she's setting records for female boxing. I know her name.
Okay, but
I don't
Mitch,
know too many female soccer
Mitch,
players' names.
we looking at it like yo, it's the women's World Cup, regular UFC event, women's World Cup.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
regular UFC
No,
is
well, I
bigger than the
think
women's World Cup.
I think he's alluding.
I can't say. I cannot. What can I?
Okay,
say?
watch this. Watch this. The budget for the Women's World Cup, I swear that shit is like
Let me see if I can find
I'm
it.
looking at you like you're the sports
$130
analysis
million.
right now. You giving you. I'm trusting you
the
right
whole budget for the whole World Cup is like $130 million or something like that, bro.
now. I don't even
Stop
know. If that's, I don't even
playing
know.
with me. You know what kind of numbers UFC pulls in?
How much?
Come on, I don't know, but it's way more than that. The Men's World Cup is like some kind of billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Let me see.
You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, the people choose what they want to watch. There's no disrespect. Women's tennis is popular because people like to watch women play tennis.
It says
But like I
But
said-
certain things they don't like. Male models don't make as much as females
Okay,
because
hold on.
people want to see women.
Hold on, I just searched it up. I don't know. It says at the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023, the world's top players will compete from 20th of July to the 20th of August for the greatest prize in women's football history. The expanded event will feature 32 teams, and the tournament will also be the first to feature hosts from 2 confederations. This event budgets the amount of $435 million USD.
Oh, 435.
Yeah, so
Okay, so that's my mistake. I
no,
said
I have to
130.
correct. That's why we're
But
here.
the men's World Cup is like check the men's World
Okay,
Cup. It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
10
yeah.
times the
I
amount.
don't even think that's fair though.
What you mean fair?
Put it up against the men's World Cup. Like I don't think that's.
But that's what I'm saying is viewership. Nobody's saying, oh, because you're a woman, we won't watch it simply because you're a female. It's just the quality of. There's other men, like, every country in the world pretty much has a professional soccer league for men.
Yeah.
Do you think niggas care to watch Canadian Premier League, bro? Like, do you think they're pulling in astronomical numbers, bro? They are not. Like, they're not. Because there's other men that are superior to them. And it just so happens that like there's no women that are better than the top men.
Well, I guess that answers why we, if we watch it or not. We don't watch it because they ain't showing it like that.
Well, it's not being average. Well, do you think it's fair? Okay, have you guys seen on social media or whatnot how I guess what was it, the WNBA complaining about how there's not enough money?
No, they want to be paid equal, the same as the NBA
yeah,
players.
that's it. Do you agree with that?
No, and even I think it was Draymond Green. He said something too like, it's not the same caliber. It's like it's not.
Basically,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
the
you can't
sport
like
is not
a lot.
being performed at the same level.
Definitely not.
All right, understandable.
I don't know if I want to watch layups all day.
yo,
I'm not trying to,
See, it's not even a diss, bro. It's keeping it real, bro. Like,
I'm just
come
saying.
on, niggas are flying through the air, slamming the ball, bro, growling at people, bro. Like, you're not coming with the same energy, my girl. I'm sorry, like, it doesn't hit
And
the
if
same.
you are, niggas might be questioning you.
And man might watch that. Yo, she just slammed it on her. Why is she moving like that? Like,
Yo,
we might watch
okay,
that.
I got
Like,
a
it's
fucked up
different.
question. Would the man be more interested if they allowed trans players?
Nope.
Why you
Into
even ask that?
Yo,
bro?
because
I'm
then
sorry,
you have, you know
bro.
what I mean? Like,
I don't think
what
that's
interest
fair.
what further interest would the man have
the
in that?
sport may be played at a higher performance, maybe. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
Like now
just-
you have,
I just don't think that's fair.
you know what I'm
be
saying? Like yo, you have all
don't think
type of
that's
trans athletes breaking all type of records in the women's caliber.
Fam,
So I'm
that-
just saying,
that-
like,
that-
I
as
leave
you had a
women to
1-2,
women
like a
things.
6.
That's a man competing against other women.
I leave women
he
to
got a
do
wig
women
on or
things,
something.
Bro, come on, you gotta be socially. Come on, bro. What's wrong with you?
I'm talking about what he was born as biologically and not what he feels
So
like he is.
So you wouldn't watch it.
No.
I'm just curious. Okay, so then one more gender bending question. How do you feel about women fighters who challenge male fighters, whether it be boxing or UFC? And I'm talking about women outright
I seen that
challenging
too.
men.
I seen that homegirl
yeah,
called
Clarissa
out.
Shields called out Keith Thurman.
Yes. How do
Keith
you feel
Thurman's
about
former
this?
world champion at 147.
Because you were the one that telling me that
Keith
she has
Thurman
some hands.
no, she does, but she's a woman. And Keith Thurman, as a man, is knocking out other grown men, flooring them. Like, what are you talking about? Like, she's never been hit like that.
So you don't
She
think
don't
her
wanna
technique
get hit
alone?
like
You don't want to get hit like that.
Okay,
I wouldn't
technique
even-
alone, she's
I
not
would-
even as good as him.
Ooh. Okay.
I was talking about just straight power. Now you want to talk about skills? She's not as good as him.
Okay. That's
If
fair.
they
I don't
were,
even
if
know
they,
how it'd feel if somebody supported
bro,
that.
if they got into a professional fight, he'd floor her in one round.
And
If
then
not two, maybe two. Maybe she survives the first one and like stumbles back to the corner. Second round, cooking that. What do you mean?
Okay. So then under that, guys, do you feel like is it fair for women and men to compete if
No.
the women want to?
Oh, if they want to, it's up to them. But I believe that she's doing it for promotion. She's just like keeping her name relevant.
Do you
I just
think-
don't understand why you would want to.
She doesn't want to.
Okay, so
She's
then-
just promoting herself.
I also
You know what I'm
allude to the if say theoretically this fight were to happen and she were to get like really badly injured, like you fucked up or concussed.
It would be a
her.
lose-lose for Keith Thurman. 'Cause
I was
like,
gonna
yo, why'd
say.
you beat up the girl like that?
Okay. That's
He
yeah,
wins nothing. He gains nothing.
You don't gain anything,
Yeah.
and it's like you just look. It just looks bad.
And I don't think it would even sell like in the numbers that like a real legitimate world championship
Who's
fight would sell.
supporting this? This
a
is
lot
a,
of
this
there
is
would
a
be
domestic.
a lot of people would watch it. Don't get me wrong.
I feel like a lot of
I
people
just don't
would.
think it would
I
do
feel
the
like a lot of
numbers
people would
that
watch
they would like want.
It'd
She'll
be
get more
confusing.
viewership than she
But I
probably
think
gets for her fights.
I think for the
but he
people
won't get
watching
more.
it, the people watching it seem fucked up.
I think
I couldn't watch that.
Since
I
the dawn of time.
think that an amount of people would be like, "Yo, bro, this a that thing. We're not watching this."
Yeah, no,
Somebody might run in the
protesting
ring.
it.
People might be running in the ring at that point. Like, bro, you can't be over there crumbling her. Like, you know what
But
I'm
yo, the
saying?
world's
No,
crazy
it'd
though.
be
It would
taboo. It'd be
actually, yo,
taboo,
people would
because
watch it. And, like,
people would watch it for sure.
I think
but
real
think
boxing fans would be upset, but regular people, now that I think about it, I'm gonna take back my statement. It probably will sell out because niggas want to see like him just cook that. Like as bad as that sounds,
Yo, that sounds
people
so
will
bad.
watch
I was
that.
gonna, yo, bro, it sounds
The
terrible.
world's a crazy place, bro. People
No,
will
that's
watch
why
that.
I'm like, I had no choice but to laugh because it's the fact that it's like when you have to take back a statement that I'm like, oh,
Cause I sat there and really evaluated it, and I'm giving people
you're just
too
looking
much
at the
credit.
world we
Like,
live in now. You're like, if the world's fucked up, this might make sense.
bro,
Yeah,
people watch all types of
people
foul
would
shit.
watch a woman. I mean, a man fight a woman, and it's fucked up because it's like, yo, intention and pretense and like context. It means so much, right? Like her challenging him is so much like. I don't know. It's more socially acceptable
it's
than
a
him
qual- is it
challenging
like a
her.
qual-
Like no man can challenge a
'Cause,
woman.
yo,
But is it like an equality of rights? Like, okay, like we're on, like, you know, like women want the same equal rights as us.
Man,
So it's
they
like,
be
but that's what I'm
saying
saying.
that.
Like,
Yo,
is
bro.
that where this boils down to? Because
This
you're not
independent
making your
woman shit,
points.
I don't know, bro.
Man,
I
that
don't
shit,
know.
that,
I don't
that
know why.
equality shit is crazy because we're not built equally.
But that's the only reason why in my head
But yeah,
why you
but that's why
I
you'd be
think you would
allowed to
fight.
do it. That's why you'd be allowed
Exactly.
to. But yo, I think like civilizations and humanity and just people, bro, since the dawn of
We
time.
created these like
Not even about the fam. It's been taboo. Men can't fight women, bro.
yeah, and we created that for a reason because we see the significant disadvantage that they're at. Like, why would we support this decision?
And obviously, like throughout the world and in life, there are exceptions. You're gonna have the exceptionally strong woman or the woman that can compete. Like, you know what was crazy? So, did you watch did anybody see the American Gladiator documentary that they posted on Netflix?
No.
Is anybody familiar with American Gladiator at all?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
familiar
so it was
with
a show where like they would have a bunch of strong
wild
men.
competition.
Yeah.
Right, and you would
Yeah,
do a
yeah.
bunch of like wild physical activities and like competitions against one another. And then, fam, initially they had men and women competing like alongside each other, and like they would fight, they would compete in the same sports and whatnot. And like a large portion of the people even involved in the documentary, they're saying like, yo, how like progressive it was because like, yo, it put men and women on the same playing field. Like,
But they kept losing.
no, not necessarily. The women would actually outperform in some places.
wicked.
Like that's what I'm saying. So it kind of like leveled the playing field. And
But also,
women,
I
Go ahead.
remember that show. As much as a competition, it's not like head to head. Like
it is.
Like, okay, but
Wasn't it always women and women?
or you have to
but
maneuver yourself.
Then they have ones where they're
If she's
jousting
physically
and they're
strong,
bad.
she can hold herself and
there are
perform
physical
better
ones,
than
fam.
you.
I'm telling you, there's.
But
like
I'm talking about if they had to fight each other and use their strength against each
there
other.
are competitions like that
That's
in that
different.
show. That's what I'm saying.
So-
and because these women, like they had to select, they had their select roster or whatnot.
Yeah.
But like the games and the competitions were competitive in such a way where it was kind of even. Like obviously you have men who are like, oh, this guy's super strong, but like averaging it up, like men and women fared equally against each other, and the women really felt progressive and they liked that. You know what I mean? Like it was like, oh shit, it was really.
Bro, they
forefront.
should be allowed to do whatever.
But they have
want
that now.
to
It's
do.
the Titan games, the Rocks thing.
Right, I
Right.
haven't tapped into the Titan games. The
It's
last
like
thing that
it's
I've
like the
watched,
same type of thing.
the last thing that I've watched. Did you guys watch the Physical 100?
No.
Physical 100 was it's a Korean show. Same kind of like Gladiator-esque type of show where you have men and women competing for the top prize, and like women perform too, right? Like they're doing the exact same thing, and in the competitions where they're directly one-on-one, obviously there are some there's the overt differences between men and women, but like there are some women, like the exceptions, that can compete against men and they can win or they can hold their own for sure.
Yeah.
I
right?
just
But
look
I-
at it like this. The strongest woman is not as strong as the strongest man in my eye. I
No,
don't
I feel
think
that. And yeah,
Yeah,
know
you
what
have
I'm
the
saying?
exceptional
So in
women.
physical
Stop,
combat,
for
in
sure.
physical combat, since we're going back to the boxing or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
it is,
oh, yeah, anything.
that's not fair.
Combat.
Based on
No.
the
They-
strongest.
Okay,
So what if they're the same weight?
Bro,
what
it's
if you
not
have-
Still
fair.
not a-
it doesn't matter.
They have that already though. They had a couple of trans
Dog, majority of girls now are
guys
heavier than guys.
that identify as a woman, and they fought in MMA against women. And like I watched one, I seen the highlights. Like, bro, the girl was better than him. She had more skill than him. But when he hit this woman, fam, it just looked different, bro. Okay, and they did a weigh-in, which means that they weighed the same amount.
Yeah.
But his tumps were just landing differently, fam. And she was getting off on him first. Like she's a better fighter than he is.
yeah.
But my man just said,
Against-
whatever.
against women in
and
her
like, bro,
category.
it's
Just
too
gave her the
much.
tump ups, yeah?
Fam, he was dealing with her in a bad way, bro. And it's like, that's not fair.
Yeah. I don't.
He's not even a skilled disturb. He's just using his testosterone to dominate right now. That's
Which
not
is a
fair.
key thing in males. Testosterone.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
Like, you
like-
know what I'm saying? Like, people
You
are
got
forgetting,
testicles.
like,
also,
this
it's like, bro, they didn't had soccer games where you have like the under 15 like men team. I don't remember what country it was, but they had the under 15 boys play the women. I think it was in Australia or something. Don't quote me, 'cause I don't remember
Oh,
what
I don't know what
country.
video clip you're talking
Fam,
about.
they're getting
exactly.
washed.
Where like they had the teens
I've seen
boys.
other highlights of men playing against women like sports, and the Gatum are getting washed. Like,
No offense.
so
It's
yeah,
just-
it's
I
just
support Yadam
factual that
sports,
it's
man.
like
Live your dreams. Yeah,
it's
I support
different.
Yadam sports.
I do.
Yeah,
too.
like I have no problem with them doing
I just
their
don't.
thing.
I just when it comes down to like if we're gonna physically put hands on each other, like it's not fair.
It's not fair, no.
You know what
Under
I'm
no
saying?
circumstances,
That's
in my
all I'm
opinion,
saying.
should a man be putting hands on a woman. Under
No,
no circumstances.
and she
So I
shouldn't be
co-sign
asking
that.
for it either.
Yo, that's wild. That's wild.
You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be asking for it either.
Nah,
That's like
wild.
it goes both ways.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So,
Yo,
that's what I feel.
all that
like.
came to my head were inappropriate jokes. Like, yeah, I feel you.
That's how I
Oh
feel
my
on
god.
that.
Oh, I remember I told you. Did you guys end up watching Painkiller?
Yeah, I watched like 3 episodes.
You watched it 3 episodes.
Yeah.
How far is that? I forget. Like, where's the last thing you saw?
So I'm at
And for all those that don't know, hold on, let me give them a quick recap. Painkiller is like a whole it's like a docu-show series they have on Netflix right now about the establishment and creation of OxyContin in the pharmaceutical industry, and then basically how the opioid epidemic systemically happened. But yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead. Let me hear what you're talking about.
So I'm at the point where the guy who does like the FDA approval,
Oh yes, yeah.
where he's stamping the stuff, so they
Right.
finally got their approval, like with the words, so that they can like because I guess people were dying, and they basically got there, and like the people started coming like we got to fix this, we got to make this kind of like legal.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
so
You gotta sell
basically,
that legally.
I'm at the part where they got him to start stamping stuff and get the approval, so that they can mass market it.
Did you have any idea of how things kind of went down behind the door, or like I guess pharmaceutically? Yeah, I guess behind fuck. Did you have any idea of how things transpired up until watching the show at all? Like, did you know that it was
No,
like,
not like how they showed it, but like I look at it like everything that they did makes sense in the sense of like if you're gonna, this is how you know take over a business or take over because basically it's like they're corporate street guys. You know what I'm saying? They treated like they're treating this like it's crack. That's what they were comparing it to, right? They were
Yeah.
comparing it to crack and the epidemic that happened in the 80s,
yeah,
right?
it's like this opiate,
So it's
right?
like
Identical to heroin.
yeah, so it's like I look at it like they're just corporate drug dealers. So the way they from even using the girls' sex sells to sell the product and stuff like that, it's like that's from a street point of view, that's genius.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
And from a corporate point of view, it's even more genius because you have white blonde girls going into suburbs selling a drug that's going to either like long-term effects that are gonna actually do something to you.
It's being advertised as a cure and as a remedy for pain, right? So many
Yeah.
people are in pain in the world and like have no way out. Thing is, it's like these opioids, the long-term effect of these things were obviously like not. As they were negated or not.
I don't
really.
even think that it was long-term. It was like a short term with a
3-month period
with
I
a
believe, like 90 days.
long-term effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it could happen in a short term. Like if you're taking freaking 40 milligram perks and you're taking 3-4 a day for 10 days, you're going to be addicted by the end of the week.
By the end of the week, your
You know
body's
what-
gonna crave that.
exactly.
And
So that's a
definitely.
short period of time, but the effects of it are gonna still be in your body for months,
Yeah.
maybe a year. Like homeboy went back to doing it.
Yeah, absolutely right.
You
And I
know,
also
so-
think it was an interesting take just because like then you see how the effects are, how they directly impact society, right? And then you have the whole like the crisis and benefit on the opioid epidemic. I believe that a lot of people never really had insight towards it in the way that this kind of framed it in. Right? I don't think that people really saw or really kind of had the idea or understanding how the pharmaceutical industry can actually be destroying communities as they displayed it in there.
Do you believe in an addictive personality?
Yeah, I believe people can have addictive tendencies or addictive personalities. But what is your question alluding to?
Just for in the sense of like when they're doing the drug.
But I also think that there are addictive substances, regardless if you have addictive personality or not. Like I do believe that certain substances, like that have been proven, such as cigarettes, opioids, these things are physically addictive and like chemically addictive to you. So like after a while, even if you don't have an addictive personality, your body is gonna physically want or crave
I
for
think
that.
some people's personalities dictate a lot of it, though.
In
Like, I
what regard?
agree, like Nicotine's addictive.
Right, Nick. Yeah,
And
for
if
sure.
like somebody's addicted to alcohol, for example, and they try to quit cold turkey, like if they're really
They'll die.
deep in it, they could die.
Yeah.
Like their body will go through
Yeah,
such
alcoholism is a
withdrawal.
real thing.
Alcohol, I
So-
think, and benzos are like the two that'll kill
Benzos
you
will, yeah.
if
yeah.
you just cut them off cold turkey.
Opiates
And that's
can,
physically.
but I think those two are more
Right, it's
likely.
alcohol and benzos are the prime two, and like I said, and that's because it's a physical response. Your body
Yeah, your
becomes
body's
a
now
dependency.
dependent on it.
Right.
So I would say at that point,
If
it's
you're
obviously
prescribed
not
something from
this
your
person's
doctor-
choice, right? But we all know people that smoke cigarettes. And dog, you'll see some man smoke like a one.
Chain smokers.
Some niggas are just sitting there, boom, going crazy.
I don't even know how
with
they
it,
can do that.
You know, so like, imagine now if you took that mindset with a different substance. You know, with like a harder drug. Some guys might party Friday, Saturday. Some men are like, yo, all week I'm not even sleeping. You know what I'm saying? So and then even weed, you'll see some people like they'll just chain smoke the weed. So I feel
Well,
like
I feel like so, yo, on
personality
that-
does
so, yeah,
play like a big part.
I think
in it.
personality will dictate like your relationship with the substance in that regard. Like if you're just using the shit recreationally, then I definitely think your personality it comes in play. I think that if, for example, you're just a regular normal patron, you're going to the doctor under the innocent guise of wanting a like cure for your pain, and you're taking your medicine as prescribed, and then an addiction happens and starts to build up as a result of you just following instructions and doctor orders. Well, I don't know if I'm completely to blame on your personality for that, because over time too, remember, these people build tolerance, and so it's not only in like under any circumstance. Just like a cigarette doesn't hit the same after fucking the 100th one, a perk's not gonna hit the same after
That's
the 100th
why.
one.
That's why. In,
Yeah, so part of it, I would definitely say that substance is causing them to be addicted. But I think that a person can throw themselves into that shit. Like some people even get addicted to things faster than other people.
Right.
and then you
Like,
start changing
in
the
a
way you take
30-day
the drug.
span, this guy looks
Oh, like
different.
they
Like,
start
how the hell
busting
you
out
get
brain.
like that?
Yeah.
Because nigga, you're pressing the issue. Like if like some people that's addicted to one thing, like bro, if they smoked, if they gambled, if they played video games, they would
gambling's
probably
a bad
do
addiction.
all that shit at the same frequency. Like they would just fucking abuse it, you know?
Word.
I feel like that is part of like a personality trait.
And then also they will start like once you start changing the way you take the drug, it's a problem.
Yes, I feel like, but that's when the drug stops hitting the same.
Yeah, like if you
Yeah.
start snorting Oxycontin, you're clearly the digestive way isn't working fast enough. You want the quick hit to the head, Like you're not trying to do the time release.
If you're crushing pills and putting them in your nose, like
You're
You've
up
gone
there.
too far.
I would say that's part of your personality still. Like, you know, like you need this now. You know, where somebody else is like, I'll wait a half hour for it to kick in. He said, you got time. I'm doing it right now.
I feel it. But it's a good show, definitely. Like
You know, it also
know?
ties in, like personality. Also, last thing I'm gonna like say, it does tie into like I don't know, mental health and whatnot, because people use a lot of these things too, like painkillers, opiates, whatever substance they use, as like coping mechanisms for whatever the fuck they're dealing with, right? And I don't know, like fuck, I'm gonna just bring it up. Like for example, like I know none of you niggas watched Euphoria, right? Since the last time I spoke about it.
no.
Yeah, but they had the main character or one of the main characters on the show, he had passed away recently, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, it was an accidental overdose. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it was. And yeah, you just never know what motherfuckers are going through. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
I also think
Well,
when
also
like
with that, like with the pills too, like he might have even have been a casual user, but he got some Fenty or something. You know, a lot of.
True.
but I also think
true.
when
Pills
people
are-
get
are
into their
pressed, right?
character.
True.
When you start getting into the acting and you start getting into your character, you start actually like being
That
the
could
parts.
be a part. Yo, the
know?
acting thing, like some of those people
Take it
in
a little too
Hollywood,
serious.
bro,
Yeah, I feel you.
their mind is elsewhere.
because that's how
you
they get
feel me?
that's how they play the role the best.
They
is
really
because
just
they
become
actually
these
become the person.
individuals. Yeah, that they're portraying or whatever the case may be.
And that's part of mental health because they can't separate this from the real world. They start
I
thinking
think
this is
acting
reality.
itself is kind of crazy, especially if you do more like serious roles. If you're like in a comedic setting and you're already a comedian,
You have split
it's not
personalities.
that
I think
it's
you
not
have
that
split
different. But like when
personalities.
you got to be all these different characters and like really throw yourself into it,
Yeah.
I feel like that has to have some kind
It
of
definitely
effect
takes a
on your
toll on you.
mind.
Definitely,
takes
you
a
might
Spend
you
so
might
much of
need
your
something
time
to
being
cope with
different
that.
people.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
You might start losing track of who you are.
I could see that happening. You know,
Definitely. Yeah. It never happened like Heath Ledger or something. When he
Yeah,
tried to play
like you
Joker.
got. That's why the
That's what they
Joker
say,
role was
yeah,
so
right,
iconic
yeah.
because he started to believe he was the person, and
Man,
then
mud. My man look too mud, bro.
yeah.
No.
hey man, that's
Not
what
about
happens.
rouse. Any closing statements? Anybody want to end off ending thoughts, closing statements,
Nah, just
revelations?
stay blessed and less stress. That's all I can say on my part for everybody else watching. You know.
I don't know. It's good
But
to
tune
be
in
back
next
still.
week. Tune in next week.
We have a special guest for you guys next week. Any closing words?
That's just good to be back still, you know.
Boom, boom. And that wraps it up. It's
All
great to
right.
be back. Can't wait to hear from you guys.
Later.
Peace.